Hey, book club. Um, Great job with the Blitz. Today we're going to be starting a new historical fiction text takes place in a different historical setting. So we'll talk about that in just a minute. But first, let's get to our lesson. So I want you to think way back to the beginning of the year to when you, with your homeroom teacher, read the book Tiger Rising. Okay. Now, hopefully you noticed when you're reading Tiger Rising that there were certain parts that really begged us to pause, to think, and pay super close attention to them. Now, here's a section from that book that I thought was super important. Okay, so think to yourself, why would this be so important? I can tell you how to cure that, said Willie Mae, pointing with her cigarette at his legs. I can tell you right now, don't need to go to no doctor. Huh? Said Rob. He stopped chewing his gum and held his breath. What if Willie Mae healed him and then he had to go back to school? Sadness, said Willie Mae, closing her eyes and nodding her head. You keeping all that sadness down low in your legs. You're not letting it get up to your heart where it belongs. You got to let that sadness rise on up. Now pause for a second and think, why is that such an important part of our story? Now, hopefully, you're thinking something about how this section connects with a big theme of the story. You know, part of what our title is about, the tiger rising. Okay, oops. Willie Mae tells Rob he has to let his sadness rise on up. Okay, so I remember my class, we talked about one theme is that you can't just bury your feelings down deep. You got to let them rise up. You got to feel them. You got to experience them. Okay, so today I want to teach you that readers don't wait for someone else to tell them what the most important parts of the book are. They need to figure that out themselves by thinking about, does this connect to the title? Does this connect to a big theme the story is trying to teach us? Okay. Now, in our historical fiction texts, one place that we really want to pay close attention to is the very beginnings of our story, because that's where they're explaining the setting of the story to us and helping us understand where the book takes place. When in history does the book take place? Are there big historical events going on? How would it feel to be a person in that moment in time? Okay. So as we start our new story today, I want to make sure that we're really paying close attention to those first few pages and figuring out where the story takes place. When does it take place in time? So here's what I have you do. You're already watching the video lesson. Now, step two, I found a background video that I want you to watch. It's going to talk about this time period and this topic. Okay. Now the video isn't made for kids. It's not like a brain pop video, so it's a little complex. But I think if you really focus in and listen to it and look at all the visuals, I think you'll be able to take something away from it about this time period in our country's history. Then step three, you're going to preview. So that means you're not going to read the book yet. You're going to preview, look through the pages, read the summary for our new text called Ruth and the Green Book. Okay. And this book is on Epic this time. All right. So here's the link. You might have to sign into Epic. Hopefully you all know how. If you don't, let me know. So you'll click the link. It'll take you to our new historical fiction read book club book, Ruth and the Green Book. So read the summary, okay? Previewing means we're not going to read the book just yet. We're going to kind of look through the pages, look at the pictures. You can read some of the words that are seem like they're more in bold there, okay? So preview the story, trying to figure out what's the setting, where does the story take place, when does it take place in time, okay? Then once you've previewed it, not read it, then you'll go to our Flipgrid page. Oh, have to work on that link. Hold on a sec. All right, there we go. Got to figure it out. So in our Flipgrid page, you'll see a topic that says describe the setting. Okay, so this is similar to how we started our first book club book. So you're going to share what do you know about the setting so far? Okay, so you could talk about where does the story take place? Where in the world does it take place? When does the story take place? Like when in time or during what important historical events? You could also share about what the mood or the atmosphere seems like it is. Okay. So for your tip, here's a sentence starter you could use. You could say, I think this story takes place blank. Okay. And then you could fill in a blank with where or when it takes place. Okay. All right. Good luck.